who will get the anxiety? The ones who has actually been serious about the preparation. Correct? So, if you are in that phase, then you are actually on the right track. Anywhere which is like less than 6 meters depth at the low tide level. आपको पता है ना low tide, right? Low tide level less than 6 meters depth is considered a wetland. This can be your prelims question. They can ask you what are swamps, what are marshes, what are peatlands, and they can also give you which of the following comes under wetlands. In terms of environment, estuary का ये meaning होता है that wherever the fresh water meets the marine water, okay, wherever the fresh water meets the marine water, इसको estuary बोलते हैं. There are 98 sites in India which are actually classified as the Ramsar Sites. This is the prelims question I would expect. Okay, matlab there can be a chance. There is something called National Wetland Atlas. Okay, National Wetland Atlas that is actually like developed by ISRO. Okay, the higher chances is that you will actually tick Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Okay, but it is actually developed by ISRO. How? Remote sensing satellites. Ramsar is a city in Iran. Okay, so it was signed in 1971 over there. Okay, that's why it is called Ramsar. Okay, Wetlands of India portal is actually a digital repository of Indian wetlands that is managed by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change.
The issue with most UPSC aspirants is not effort, it is foundation. A strong foundation means three things. Learn in the right sequence so subjects reinforce each other. Apply early through answer writing and testing. Correct continuously through proper diagnosis and feedback. This is what the GS Foundation course at Vision IAS is built around. Connected GS coverage, not isolated subjects. Early writing and testing, not last-minute panic. Diagnostic test analysis with clear corrective steps. Current affairs organized into usable themes for prelims and mains. Regular mentorship to prevent drift. Effort is common, structure is rare. If you are serious about UPSC, start by getting the foundation right. Upcoming classroom batches: Karol Bagh 9 March 11 am, 13 March 8 am and 24th March 5 pm. And GTB Nagar batches for English 17 March 8 am, 25 March 6 pm. And for Hindi 16 March 11 am. For more details, visit our website or call us on the given numbers.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, hope you're all doing good. Anxious face, right? Okay. See, very simple thing. The more the revisions you do, the better you will feel. Okay. So be sure of what exactly you have the resources. Correct. Keep reading the same thing and do not panic. You have prepared really well. Have that confidence. And of course, see, I'll tell you one simple thing. किसको anxiety आता है, right? Who will get the anxiety? The ones who has actually been serious about the preparation, correct? So if you are in that phase, then you are actually on the right track. Okay? So don't worry about that. So just to like control that anxiety and balance it, try to revisit the same sources what you have studied. Okay, मतलब ऐसा class notes होता है, उसको बार बार पढ़ लो. Okay, और कुछ like current affairs पढ़ चुका होगा, उसको ही बार बार पढ़ लो. Okay, like let us say PT 365 you have studied once, इसको 2-3 times पढ़ लो. Okay, so in the next 3 months your target is to complete one revision every month, all the subjects. Okay, उसको भी prioritize कर लेना. Okay, so prioritize, and whatever I'll be teaching you today, ठीक है, जो भी आपको हो सकता है, like whatever is possible to write, you write them. Okay, remaining I will try to upload one handout. Is that clear? So उसमें सब कुछ होगा. Okay, so that your concentration is on listening, because listening will help you in your exam. ठीक है? So that is a simple thing that we'll be doing today, and most importantly, like the amount of the topics that we look at might seem little too much, but I will be looking at only those which are very important for prelims. Is that clear? So let's start with this particular session, and for sure, like we will look into some basics first, and then we'll look into the sites, because you need to know why the sites are actually put in that criteria. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. So now let us start with this. I'll also show you the locations, so that will actually have an visual impact. Okay, so you can sort of remember that when you go to the examination hall. Okay, so the objective of the session is not to actually tell you the list of sites, but make you put an impact, audio visual impact on your memory, so that you'll recall these sites there. Okay, so this is the importance that we'll be looking at. Okay, so everybody, like the wetlands, right? So when we speak about the wetlands, like you can see any marshy area, any swampy area, or for that matter any peatlands. Okay, so or like it can be what do you call the bogs. Okay, bogs or mangroves, estuaries, इसको सब कुछ हम wetlands के अंदर ही classify करते हैं, right? So basically you can see many of the wetlands that are listed can be natural or artificial also, like man-made tanks, reservoirs, इसको भी हम wetland में consider करते हैं, right? And similar way, like you can see these wetlands are not like waterlogged throughout the year. Okay, some of the wetlands are not waterlogged throughout the year. कुछ 6 months के लिए waterlogged हो सकता है, और 8 महीने के लिए waterlogged हो सकता है, और कुछ places ऐसा हो सकता है पूरा साल it is under waterlogged conditions. Okay, so now you can also see, like basically, like that particular wetland can be something like a lake, something like a pond. That means इसको बोलते हैं हम lentic bodies. Is that clear? And there are some others which are flowing like rivers, streams. उसको बोलते हैं lotic. Is that clear? Lentic and lotic. So now, like always, will the wetlands be only the fresh water? No, not necessarily. It can be salt water. It can be fresh water, it can be brackish water, anything it can be. Is that clear? It can be anything. So now what you can see is basically that. So the simple thing is that even it can be in the coastal areas. Coastal wetlands bhi ho sakta hai. We'll look at examples for all of it. Okay, coastal wetlands bhi ho sakta hai, inland wetlands bhi ho sakta hai. ठीक है? Now then coastal wetlands का मतलब, should I actually consider the entire ocean as wetland? Should I consider the entire ocean? No. Then there should be some limit. ये limit क्या है? Limit simple ये ऐसा चीज है that anywhere which is like less than 6 meters depth at the low tide level. आपको पता है ना low tide, right? Low tide level less than 6 meters depth is considered a wetland. This can be your prelims question. ठीक है? So whatever I have told you is actually the definition of wetland. ठीक है? Inland water bodies का भी ऐसा definition है क्या? Yes. If inland water bodies का 3 meters रहता है. Okay. If it is like, so for example, greater than 3 meters, then it is called as the wetland. समझ में आए? Clear with this? Okay. So this is how you can actually sort of classify the wetland. समझ में आए इतना? Okay. Yeah. Now see, wherever, like for example, wherever there is waterlogged, okay, wherever it is waterlogged, like wetland conditions, okay, उसमें soil में पानी ज़्यादा है ना, so उसको हम बोलते हैं hydric soil. They can ask you this question. Wetlands में hydric soil है क्या? So yes. ठीक है? Now, when it is waterlogged, will it have oxygen in the soil? No. When it is waterlogged, the amount of oxygen in the soil will be less. Okay? So, if it is less oxygen condition, it will be called hypoxic. Okay? If it is no oxygen condition, it is called anoxic. Okay? So, they can ask you this part also. Now, like basically, what do you call those vegetation that grows in the such sort of conditions? What do you call the vegetation that grows in the waterlogged conditions? Hydrophytes. Simple, hydrophytes. वो salt water conditions में grow हो गया तो? Zero is no water conditions. I mean less water conditions. हाँ. If it is in the salt water conditions, like mangroves. Mangroves को क्या बोलते हैं? Sorry? Halophytes. Correct. Halophytes. Okay. So that is what is something you should. These are terminologies that they will ask you in prelims. Okay. So you should be aware of this. Now, देखो, कुछ चीजें हैं like this. Like for example, I'll show you some like sort of examples of wetlands. Okay. Like for example, if I say marshes and swamps. Okay. So let me show you that. You can look at this. Okay. Marshes में generally grasslands होता है. ठीक है. Grasses होता है. Meadows. Okay. So swamps में ऐसा होता है आपका trees and like all those will be there. देखो like this. You can see this also. Okay. So generally इस region में देखो पानी जैसा आपको दिखता है ना? Like it is flooded with water. Okay. So majority of the time. So it is dominated by, see, marshes में it is dominated by the grasses. Okay. मतलब herbaceous plants, and also it is found near the rivers and lakes generally. Okay. But when you look at swamps, it will be actually sort of dominated by trees. Same near the rivers and swamps. Okay. So apart from that, you can see peatlands. Peatlands में क्या होता है? Like basically when you look at peatlands, उसमें partially decomposed organic matter रहेगा. Okay. So you can see this. Okay, look at this. So basically you can see partially decomposed matter दिख रहा है. Okay, so in these areas, these are peatlands. Okay, so otherwise you can see here also. You can see partially decomposed water, decomposed organic content मिलेगा इसमें. ठीक है? So peatlands generally have partially decomposed vegetative matter. Okay, vegetative matter will be there. Especially in the waterlogged conditions. Is that clear? That is what is called peatlands. They can ask you what are swamps, what are marshes, what are peatlands, and they can also give you which of the following comes under wetlands. Is that clear? Okay. Next, bogs. Bogs matlab like water saturated soil. Okay. See. See, these are called peat bogs. Okay. Otherwise, generally bogs matlab water saturated soil hoga. Bogs matlab, देखो, like this. ठीक है? Why am I focusing so detail about this? One simple thing is these are very good in carbon sequestration. ठीक है? And now we are running in that particular like situation that we need to save the wetlands of the world, right? Because they are the natural sinks of carbon dioxide. ठीक है? So these are called peats. Okay. Sorry, bogs. Okay. So generally इनका soil भी anoxic और नहीं तो hypoxic होगा. Okay, decomposition बहुत slow है, उसकी वजह से acidic soil होगा. Okay, acidic, hydric, anoxic और hypoxic conditions. ठीक है? Able to understand? Okay, yeah. Next, mangroves तो आपको पता है, coastal wetlands, right? Those are also actually part of the wetlands. And estuarian conditions, मतलब estuary, according to geography, estuary मतलब it's a topographical aspect. Correct? In terms of environment, estuary का ये meaning होता है that wherever the fresh water meets the marine water, okay, wherever the fresh water meets the marine water, इसको estuary बोलते हैं. समझ में आए? Did you get this, everyone? Okay, ये चीज है. And now, so when you look at the wetlands, okay, roughly if you see, like in the conditions of wetlands, if we see, okay, this is like world over, there is one major organization, or let us say one major international body, that institution that looks about safeguarding of the wetlands. ठीक है, इसको बोलते हैं रामसर कन्वेंशन. Okay, Ramsar Convention, actually if you see Ramsar Convention, what you can look at Ramsar Convention is basically, Ramsar Convention actually came into picture in 1971, okay, and it was signed in 1971, and you can see roughly by 1975 it came into action. Is that clear? मतलब अभी के लिए like 2025 was the 50th year celebration. Is that clear? There is one particular like wetland that celebrated 50 years last year. Okay, sorry, that celebrated 50 years in like 2024, I guess. Okay, इसको बोलते हैं Coburg Peninsula. That is in Australia. ठीक है, I'll show you that. So this is the northern part. Okay, so you can see now, right? This is the Coburg Peninsula. ठीक है, this is in Australia. This is the first wetland under Ramsar Convention. Is that clear? So that's the reason you should know this. It's the first wetland under Ramsar Convention. Okay? I'm showing it to you. Okay, please make sure you're looking into it and writing it down. Okay? Yeah. So now the thing is basically here, like, yeah. So this is on the northern tip of it. So basically here, what you can see is, this is the first, Coburg Peninsula is the first wetland of Ramsar Convention. Okay. Next, apart from that, देखो, Ramsar Convention came into existence on 2nd February. Okay, I told you the date also, 1971, right? So it was signed. That's why across the world we celebrate 2nd February as the Wetlands Day, World Wetlands Day. Okay. So now when you look at this further, okay, when you actually look at this further, like basically here, one more thing that, like, 1975 it came into force, and 1971 it was signed. I told you this part, right? Okay, yeah. Next, see, now when you look at one more thing, 2018 तक इन्होंने कुछ ऐसा जर्नल जैसा पब्लिश नहीं किया था. पहली बार 2018 में ग्लोबल वेटलैंड आउटलुक, okay, that is the first, global wetland outlook is the first attempt by Ramsar Convention to put it as a journal. Is that clear? To put it as a journal. Okay? So that is the first release in 2018. Currently, how many wetlands are there? 98. Okay, we have 98 wetlands today. Okay. Yeah, recently January 30th, 2 more was added. Okay. So, एक पटना था, दूसरा गुजरात में है. Okay, yeah, Chandand or something, it is like that. Okay, I'll tell you the names, I cannot recall it. Yeah, so basically it's near the Bunny Grasslands. Okay, between the Bunny Grasslands and the Kutch Island, Kutch deserts. Okay, so I'll tell you about that. Any which ways. So basically there are 98 sites today. Is that clear? There are 98 sites in India which are actually classified as the Ramsar sites. Okay, now when you look at this, there is one more thing I'll tell you. This is the prelims question I would expect. Okay, matlab, there can be a chance. There is something called National Wetland Atlas. Okay, National Wetland Atlas. That is actually like developed by ISRO. Okay, the higher chances is that you will actually tick Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Okay, but it is actually developed by ISRO. How? Remote sensing satellites. Okay, through the remote sensing satellites. समझ में आए? Okay, yeah. So this is something that you can actually look at. Okay, now there is one thing I need to tell you here. See, this is quite very important in that sense. Ramsar Convention के लिए ना 3 important principles है. Okay, you have to remember this. That can be a prelims question again. Okay, one is wise principle, wise use principle. Okay, wise use का मतलब ये है sustainable utilization. ठीक है? So when I say sustainable utilization, देखो, wetlands gives you a lot of, literally a lot of ecosystem services. Okay, it can be regulating services, it can be like provisioning services, it can be cultural services, it can be anything. Okay, provisioning services, जो भी है. ठीक है? So these resources that you get from the wetland, you should actually use it in a right way, so that basically when you are using it, even in case of depletion, okay, You give space, you give time for the nature to rejuvenate. Is that clear? So if you don't do that, क्या होगा? Ecological character disrupt होगा. Okay, it will not have chance to actually sort of rejuvenate. When you cannot see the chance of rejuvenation, the ecological character will degrade. And जो भी हमारा ecosystem services पहले मिलता था, उतना efficiency में और एक बार हमको नहीं मिलेगा. समझ में आए? Simple example. Okay. Now, for example, it gives us water for use. Okay, it gives us water for use. We are like streamlining that water, diverting that water for irrigation purpose agricultural land. ठीक है, मतलब ओवर एक्सट्रैक्शन हो गया, ओवर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन हो गया. इस ओवर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन की वजह से बाद में पानी रहेगा क्या, उधर बचेगा क्या? नहीं. करेक्ट. द वाटर विल नॉट बी देयर. वाटर वुड ड्रेन आउट कंप्लीटली, रिजल्टिंग इन लिटरली द लैक ऑफ फ्यूचर अवेलेबिलिटी. वाटर ड्रेन हो गया तो फिशिंग कैसा करेगा? समझ में आया? वाटर ड्रेन आउट हो गया तो फिशिंग कैसा करेगा? फिशिंग नहीं हो पाएगा, राइट? और वाटर ड्रेन आउट हो गया तो लाइक देन अदर एक्वाटिक बायोडाइवर्सिटी कैसे रहेगा? समझ में आया? इट विल इंपैक्ट टोटली. ओके, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू गो टू चिलिका लेक, यू हैव डॉल्फिन्स ओवर देयर. ओके, इंडिया में 3 टाइप ऑफ डॉल्फिन्स है. ओके, एक इरावदी डॉल्फिन, दैट इज इन चिलिका लेक. ठीक है. दूसरा गैंजेटिक डॉल्फिन, रिवर गैंजेस. तीसरा इंडस डॉल्फिन. इंडस डॉल्फिन दैट इज एक्चुअली वेयर इज इट? बियास. ओके, बियास रिवर. ठीक है, समझ में आया? इंडिया हैज ऑल 3 टाइप्स ऑफ डॉल्फिन. प्रीलिम्स क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, इरावदी डॉल्फिन, चिलिका लेक. ओके, गैंजेटिक डॉल्फिन, रिवर गैंजेस. और और एक इंडस डॉल्फिन, रिवर बियास. ओके, बियास कंजर्वेशन साइट. इज दिस क्लियर? समझ में आया? हाँ. मतलब ऑल, नॉट ऑल ऑफ देम. चिलिका लेक इज कनेक्टेड टू मैरिन. बे ऑफ बंगाल को कनेक्ट है चिलिका लेक. हाँ, इरावदी डॉल्फिन. गैंजेटिक इज फ्रेश वाटर डॉल्फिन. ओके, ऐसा. ओके, ठीक है. एनीवेज, या. सो नाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस वाइज यूज प्रिंसिपल? समझ में आया एवरीबडी? ओके. सेकेंड वन, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट मी आस्क यू दिस सिंपल थिंग. फॉर एग्जाम्पल रेणुका लेक कहां पे है? हिमाचल प्रदेश. करेक्ट. So now to, like for example, hypothetically let us assume, okay, let us say states are managing it. ठीक है. Renuka Lake, if it is in Himachal Pradesh, which state is responsible for managing it? Himachal Pradesh. ठीक है. Now for example, let us say Kolleru Lake, okay, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh will take care of it. Let us say like that. Chilika Lake, Odisha, it will take care of it. Now for example, दो स्टेट के बीच में होगा तो see, there is Pulicat Lake, correct? Pulicat Lake is between the borders of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. So now who will take care? Abhi, let us say for that matter, hypothetically central government will take care or both the states will take care. Hypothetical. Okay, but international में wetlands अभी 2 countries के बीच में होगा तो ऐसा कुछ है क्या? कोई? Is there any such wetland? इंडिया का बताओ. हाँ, which one is that a Ramsar site? I am asking a Ramsar site. Sundarban, very good. Sundarban Delta, that's the largest Ramsar site of India. Am I right? So now who will take care? Because India is a big country, India should take care, or because major part is in Bangladesh, so Bangladesh should take care? Tell me. They will say we don't have funds, we are not rich like India. हाँ, तो क्या करें अभी? सो रामसर साइट में सेकंड प्रिंसिपल है इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन. समझ में आया? इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन. ओके, वाइज यूज प्रिंसिपल मतलब सस्टेनेबल यूटिलिटी. ओके, आई विल गिव द हैंड आउट, इसमें होगा सब कुछ. ओके, इट विल बी अपलोडेड ऑन द यूट्यूब, दिस वन. ओके, या. Yeah, did you understand? Okay, first one wise use principle, second one international cooperation. See, अभी 2 contracting parties है इन दोनों के बीच में एक वेटलैंड है जिसको हम रामसर साइट डेसिग्नेट कर दिया, ठीक है। इसको दोनों कंट्री कोऑपरेट करके दे शुड एक्चुअली लाइक टेक केयर ऑफ इट। समझ में आया? कंजर्व इट, ओके। दैट इज एक्चुअली द सेकेंड वन, ओके। नाउ द थर्ड वन, व्हाट इज द थर्ड वन? डेसिग्नेटिंग द साइट एज इंटरनेशनली इंपॉर्टेंट वेटलैंड, इसको बोलता है डेसिग्नेशन एज रामसर साइट, ओके। डेसिग्नेशन एज रामसर साइट, दैट इज द थर्ड वन, ओके। क्या होगा इसको डेसिग्नेशन करके? व्हाट इज द नीड, व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस? हाँ, सी व्हेन वी एक्चुअली सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक ऐसा बोलूं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल व्हेन आई से दिस वेटलैंड इज रामसर साइट, इसके ऊपर इंटरनेशनल फोकस ज्यादा होगा, ठीक है, उसके ऊपर इंटरनेशनल सिग्निफिकेंस बढ़ेगा, okay. So now once you designate it as a Ramsar site, these wetlands will gain greater attention and greater commitment for conservation. समझ में आया? Okay. So that is something that you should be looking at. कितना? 3 प्रिंसिपल हो गया। पहला वाला कौन सा था? Wise use. Second one, international cooperation. Third one, designating it as Ramsar site. बस these 3 things you should know. हाँ, India will actually nominate, ठीक है, India will nominate particular site, okay, for India. India will nominate, they will accept it if it is sticking to certain criteria. Yes, Ramsar Convention will actually accept it and designate it if it sticks to certain criteria. Now we were about to go to the next one, that is the same thing, okay. So what is actually the criteria? ठीक है, देखो criteria दिखाता हूं मैं आपको। दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइक हैंड आउट आई विल गिव इट टू यू, ठीक है। इसमें सब कुछ है जो भी हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ है इसमें, ठीक है। सो सी फॉर एग्जांपल, सो फार वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इट, करेक्ट। सो लाइक वी डिस्कस्ड ऑल ऑफ दिस 6 मीटर्स इकोटोन रीजन, सब कुछ एनॉक्सिक, हाइड्रोक्सिक, ओके, सब कुछ हमने देखा था। एंड दीज टाइप्स ऑफ वेटलैंड्स वी हैव सीन, करेक्ट। एंड वी हैव ऑल्सो सीन द इंपॉर्टेंस, तो ठीक है, दिस 3 meters डेप्थ एंड एवरीथिंग आई हैव टोल्ड यू, okay. Next, you can also come down here, you can see these are the 3 principles of Ramsar site, Ramsar Convention, okay. Now if you look at this here, देखो इसको देखो, see what can be actually natural and artificial, मैंने बताया था, right? See flood plains natural है, at least in a season it is flooded with water, wetland बोल सकता है, ठीक है। underground aquifer, उसको भी मतलब अंडरग्राउंड एक्विफर, अंडरग्राउंड वाटर केव्स, ओके, रिजर्वायर्स, अंडरग्राउंड वाटर होता है ना, उसका रिजर्वायर्स मतलब वो केव्स होते हैं ना उसको, एंड लेक्स, मार्शेस, वेट ग्रासलैंड्स, पीटलैंड्स, बॉग्स, स्वैम्स, एस्चुरीज, ओएसिस, ओके, ओएसिस इज आल्सो वेटलैंड, ओके। नेक्स्ट कोरल रीफ्स, मैंग्रोव्स। अभी देखो फिश पॉन्ड्स हमने बनाया ना, राइट। सो दैट पिसिकल्चर, फिश पॉन्ड्स, they are artificial, ठीक है। paddy fields artificial, salt pans artificial, reservoirs artificial, समझ में आया? okay. So now like like for example Pong Dam है, correct? Pong Dam is natural or artificial? Artificial, it is also wetland, ठीक है, like that, ठीक है। now I have actually, okay, there is one thing that you need to look into when I share this, either 93 लिखा है but it is 98, okay, yeah. So that is one thing you should look at, okay. Then we'll come back to this again. First let me go to the next topic. हाँ, इसको देखो। Now this is the criteria, देखो। Now if I have to designate a particular wetland site, देखो ऐसा इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता, हाँ देखो ये लेक है इसको डिसिग्नेट करो, they cannot do that, okay. They need to look into the criteria. Will that particular wetland stand the criteria of Ramsar Convention? There are 9, ठीक है। if it stands good for 9, any of them, okay, then the Ramsar can be actually designating it as a Ramsar Convention can designate it as a Ramsar site, okay. So see, before that I forgot to tell you one thing. Why do we call it Ramsar Convention? Yeah, Ramsar is a city in Iran. Okay, so it was signed in 1971 over there. Okay, that's why it is called Ramsar. Okay, now, देखो, see, now you have the groups and criterias. ठीक है, so first one is group A. इसमें ऐसा होता है, like any wetland, any particular wetland, it is more like a representative types और कुछ rare unique phenomena है उसमें. Okay, then such wetlands can be designated. Is that clear? So, like see, that's what it is mentioned. A wetland should be considered internationally important if it contains representative, rare or unique example of kuch natural or near natural wetland type. Is that clear? So, that is the first criteria. Okay. Now, coming to the second criteria, see, any site which is actually biodiversity wise significant. Okay. You know what is biodiversity, no? Variety of organisms. Okay, variety of biological organisms, variety of biota. Okay, so now when you look at this, if it is actually conserving the biodiversity in any which ways, the sub points are here, we'll look into it. If it is conserving the biodiversity, then it can be of significant wetland site that can be designated as Ramsar site. Okay, now simple, like for example, see, if any wetland has the endangered, critically endangered or vulnerable, ठीक है, इधर देखो, if any of the wetlands have supports vulnerable, endangered or critically endangered species, मतलब IUCN के according है ना ये, correct? IUCN के according, International Union for Conservation of Nature, according to that, if it is conserving threatened species, then you can classify it. समझ में आया? Okay, next. See, any wetland, if it is having more populations of any species of plants or animals, which is very important for that biogeographic region. Is that clear? Then also it can be classified. Okay, then apart from that, you can also see that if, like for example, abhi aisa dekho, you know olive ridley turtles, right? They come to Bhitarkanika National Park. Okay, Bhitarkanika National Park in Odisha is a wetland Ramsar site. ठीक है, it's a Ramsar site. क्यों? Because now simple example, एक species का life में एक बहुत important stage का refuge बन सकता है. Did you understand? In a very important stage of its life, that is breeding. Okay, anything it can be. Okay, breeding season पे उनको refuge दे रहा है ओडिशा coast. उसमें चिलिका लेक भी है. So you can classify them. Okay, that's what this one says. Which one? Yeah, this one. Critical stage in their life cycles and provides refuge during adverse conditions. समझ में आया? Okay, next. So, next, based on water birds also we have, if any site has supporting more than 20,000 or more waterfowl, fowl का मतलब birds, then also you can classify it. Okay, and if it contains 1% of a species or subspecies in population, then also you can classify. Bharatpur में flamingos इतना आता है, literally it can count to 1% of it. ठीक है? और Rangantittu bird sanctuary, where is it? Rangantittu bird sanctuary. It's in Karnataka. Okay, on the Kaveri, and it is also supporting more than 1% of the species. Okay, so ऐसा है. So that is one more thing. And now coming to the next one, that is fish based. Biodiversity fishes. Okay, suppose let us say any particular indigenous fish, it can be subspecies or species, any particular indigenous fish is supported, okay, in its critical stages, in its life history stages, or any such aspects, then that can also be classified. And next, you can also see, like see, the wetlands, it becomes very important because it provides the habitat for fishes. Habitat का मीनिंग क्या है? Habitat का मीनिंग क्या है? Home, where it can actually get breeding, feeding, like everything that it requires for survival. Yeah, it is actually like a residence. Okay, so वो सब कुछ कहाँ पे मिलता है ना, उसको हम wetland बोल सकते हैं. ठीक है? And last one is based on, like the criteria is based on other taxonomical aspects, like non-avian species. Avian का मतलब flying, non-avian मतलब non-flying. Okay, So birds basically, it refers to birds. So non-avian animal species, मतलब avian का मतलब birds actually, not flying, I'm sorry. Avian का मतलब birds. So birds का species छोड़ के कुछ और animal species को उसने habitat कर रहा है, फिर भी हम यूज कर सकते हैं, इसको designate कर सकते हैं. समझ में आया? This is not easy to remember. Once you get the handout, please revise. Okay, did you get this much? Everyone? Okay, yeah. So this is something that you can actually look at. Now let us go to the list of wetlands. Okay, let us go to the list of wetlands. So, okay, before we go to the list of wetlands, I will tell you one more thing. Remember this. Okay, yeah. देखो, wetland sites का, okay, for the wetland sites there are 6 partner organizations. Wetland sites का नहीं, Ramsar Convention का 6 partner organizations are there. ठीक है? So now when you look at those 6 partner organizations, these are the ones. This is your prelims question. ठीक है? BirdLife International. ठीक है? What does it do? It basically like protects the birds and their habitats. Is Wetland Ramsar Convention site a bird habitat for the birds? Yes or no? Yes, of course. Fishes है तो उधर आएगा ना वो. Yes or no? Okay. Migratory birds आएगा ना उधर. Okay. So global partnership focused on protecting birds, their habitats and overall biodiversity. मैंने वही बताया अभी. Correct? So the headquarters is in Cambridge, United Kingdom. ठीक है? Next, second one, IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. What does it do? It actually studies researchers on every species and it actually classifies them based on the threat of extinction. Correct? उसमें categories है, vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, extinct in wild, extinct, ऐसा like no data gathered, ऐसा बहुत सारा classifications है. Okay, so wetlands are the rich source of biodiversity, correct? So that helps there. इनका ग्लैंड स्विट्जरलैंड में हेडक्वार्टर्स है. ओके, नेक्स्ट यू हैव इंटरनेशनल वाटर मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट. दिस वन इज एक्चुअली कोलंबो, श्रीलंका में है उनका हेडक्वार्टर्स. नाउ दे विल एक्चुअली, इट्स अ रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दैट एक्चुअली वर्क्स ऑन sustaining what is called as the water, land and ecosystems. That means to sustain, it manages it, it conserves it, that's what it works on. ठीक है? Next, you have Wetland International. Wetland International is a global NGO. Okay, इनका headquarters है ईड, नेदरलैंड्स पे. ठीक है? What does it do? Basically, it shall actually restore the degraded wetlands and conserve the wetlands which is actually functioning well. Okay, restore the degraded ones and conserve the ones which is already working well. समझ में आया? Okay, next, there is WWF, World Wildlife Fund. This headquarters is also in Gland, Switzerland. Okay, what does it do? It actually works on wildlife conservation and protection at natural environments. Is that clear? Wetland is a natural environment. Okay, it can be man-made and natural. Natural bhi hai na, right? So it will conserve all the wildlife over there. Okay, next, last one, Wild Fowl and Wetland Trust. It's actually a charitable trust where it is conserving the wetlands. Okay, anything related to wetlands and animals related to wetlands are conserved by Wild Fowl and Wetland Trust. Okay, समझ में आया इतना? Is that clear? Okay, if you want you can take a click of it. Instead of writing you can just take a click of it. Any which ways this handout will be put. Yeah. I'll tell that. I'll explain that. Okay. Yeah. Done? रामसर करेगा, रामसर ही करेगा. हाँ, yes sir. हाँ, associated. It is associated. ठीक है? Yeah. Okay. Done? Any which ways. Now, see, now there is one more thing I need to tell you about, that is actually called as the Montreux record. Okay, Montreux record क्या होता है? See, firstly, just give me a second. Yeah. Firstly, now, firstly, we need to look at one thing that is actually like Montreux record के बारे में, ठीक है? But इस मैप में जो आपको दिख रहा है, इसमें मैंने मेंशन किया हूँ like which particular states has wetland and which do not has wetland, ठीक है? इसमें actually like one thing is like you can see this like the ones which are in dark green does not have any wetlands, ठीक है? Yeah. Any which ways, coming back, देखो. Now for example, let us say there is a wetland, okay? उस wetland में now we are exploiting that wetland by diverting the water for irrigation purpose. When I start diverting the water for irrigation purpose, can I say the ecological harm can be there? Right? Now it might stop, like, okay, let us say the particular fishes or any other species that is waterborne, water living, that would actually die, or that would actually migrate out. Clear? Second one, when there are no fishes, the birds won't come. Correct? Matlab it will impact the avian, terrestrial and marine species altogether, aquatic species. Correct? Now, that means the biomass that is generated in that area will also be impactful. Matlab productivity of the particular wetland will be impacted negatively. So can I say ecological character is changing completely? Right? When ecological character is changing, किसकी वजह से हो रहा है? Human intervention. Correct? Human intervention की वजह से हो रहा है ना? So if any wetland is subjected to ecological character deterioration due to human interference, or is probably going to degrade in ecological character, matlab it is already should have done, or it should be able to be going to that state of degraded ecological character, and such wetlands can be put under the Montreux record, which is considered as what is called as the more severe conservation efforts will be taken over there. Okay, उसको Montreux record में डालता है. From India there were 3 sites. I am saying there were. Okay, from India there were 3 sites. First one, Chilika Lake, Odisha. Okay, second one, Kelodiyo Ghana National Park. Okay, Kelodiyo. Okay, that is in Rajasthan. Third one, Loktak, Manipur. And Chilika Lake was administered really well. So when it was administered really well, it was removed from the list. Okay, because it restored the ecological character. Okay, but abhi aaj bhi there are 2. Okay, one is Manipur ka Loktak, दूसरा yes Kelodiyo Rajasthan, Kelodiyo that is in Rajasthan. ठीक है, ये दोनों Montreux record पे है. समझ में आया इतना? Yeah. Yes, yes, it is part of Ramsar only. Ramsar convention में जो भी wetland sites designate हुआ है, उसका ecological character changes हो रहा है और it has occurred, it is occurring or likely to occur. In that conditions, they'll pick that and designate it as a Montreux record. ठीक है? A Ramsar site under Montreux record. ठीक है? That's what they do. ठीक है? Yeah. Yes, yes, of course, absolutely. Okay, yeah. Did you understand this? देखो, they will not ask you what is Montreux record now. What they will ask you is how is it put into it, into that list of Montreux record, and how is it removed? बताइए, who will put into it and who will remove it? So कैसा? There is the conventions, Ramsar conventions, conference of parties. Okay, that occurs once in 3 years. ठीक है? That occurs once in 3 years. And that is the conference of parties will have the members who are member parties. ठीक है? They will designate it under the Montreux record and they will actually remove it from the Montreux record. समझ में आया इतना? ठीक है? That is pretty important. ठीक है? Yes. So this is about the basic aspects that you had to know. And see, conference of parties जब भी हम बोलते हैं उसको ये होता है, conference of party में सिर्फ members नहीं होगा, okay, along with them environmental scientists will be there, okay, NGOs will be there, ये जो 6 partner organizations हमने देखा, they will be membering there, okay, so ऐसा they will all be sitting together, okay, चाय पे चर्चा करेगा उन लोग, ठीक है, यही होगा, ठीक है, so that is what they do, okay, yeah. So did you understand this much? Okay. Any doubts? Clear with this? Yes. So, okay. And remember one thing, recent COP, that was COP 15 of Ramsar Convention, was held in Zimbabwe, okay, near the Victoria Falls. Okay. It was held near the Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. That was in July 2025. That is very important, you should know. Okay? India adopted, along this 2025 wala COP, India adopted something called Mission Life. Promoted it, not adopted, promoted it. Mission Life ऐसा होता है, देखो, India says at individual level, you, me, everybody, individual level, we have to adopt sustainable living methods. Okay, so basically मिशन लाइफ का मतलब ये होता है लाइफस्टाइल फॉर एनवायरनमेंट. इज इट क्लियर? मतलब इट्स फॉर प्रो प्लैनेट एंड पीपल. ओके, मतलब प्लीज चेंज सम स्मॉल हैबिट्स that is actually going to change in a bigger scale. Okay, that's what Mission Life says. Okay, that was also like promoted during this particular this one. And another thing you should know is Victoria Falls Declaration 2025. Okay, Victoria Falls Declaration actually says because of the climate change, the wetlands are like getting like sort of degraded, destroyed. So we need to take steps. To conserve, protect, and wise use principle should be applied efficiently on the wetlands. ठीक है, ये चीज तो बोलता है Victoria Falls Declaration. Okay, they will ask you very simple. Victoria Falls Declaration is associated with, okay, Ramsar Convention, wetlands conservation. Okay, got it? That is the thing. Yes, so these are the basic aspects. Now let us look at some of the important wetlands. ठीक है? Anything else I have left? Okay, there's one thing, Wetlands of India portal. Okay, Wetlands of India portal is actually a digital repository of Indian wetlands that is managed by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. ठीक है? Is that clear? Yes. Next, there is National Wetland Decadal Change Atlas. National Wetland Decadal Change Atlas. Okay, so this is actually compiled by ISRO. Is that clear? This is compiled by ISRO. Okay, and next, apart from that, yeah, these are the ones. These two are important. National Wetland Decadal Change Atlas. मतलब एक decade में कैरेक्टर ऑफ द वेटलैंड कितना चेंज हुआ है उसको रिमोट सेंसिंग सैटेलाइट्स यूज कर और सॉरी अर्थ ऑब्जर्वेशन सैटेलाइट्स को यूज करके दे विल एक्चुअली आइडेंटिफाइड. ओके, दे विल स्टडी इट. ठीक है, या हो गया इतना? यस. See, in 2022, there was a question regarding the wetlands. So it was asking to consider the following pairs, wetland and location. बस इतना ही पूछा है, wetland and location. So first one, Hokera wetland. Where is it? Hokera wetland, Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, Renuka wetland, Himachal Pradesh. Okay, Rudrasagar wetland, Tripura. Okay, next, Shastam Kota, Kerala. They have given Tamil Nadu actually option. Okay, so Shastam Kota is in Kerala. Okay, so this is what they asked in 2022. समझ में आया? So next, Okay, they gave one question, but this is very old one. Let me tell you any which ways. With reference to Indian Ramsar sites. Ramsar sites are related to conservation of deserts. No. Okay. And India is not a member of Ramsar site. No. इतना easy question पूछा था इन्होंने. ठीक है. Any which ways. So now let us look at some of the state-wise distribution. Okay. One more thing I'll tell you. Please remember this. State-wise distribution I'm telling you. ठीक है. So which is the state with highest number of wetlands? Tamil Nadu. 20. Okay. 20 of them in Tamil Nadu. Second, Uttar Pradesh, 11. Okay. And third is Bihar, Odisha and Punjab. All of them has 6. Okay. Bihar, Odisha and Punjab. Okay. So now, okay, this is something that you have to know. With respect to area, size of area of wetland, highest is West Bengal. Okay. Highest is West Bengal. Second is Odisha. Third one is Kerala. Okay. So West Bengal, Odisha, Kerala. Is that clear? Okay. Which is the largest wetland? Sundarbans. Okay. Sundarbans is the largest wetland, West Bengal. Okay. Second largest? Kerala, Vembanad coal. Okay. I'll show you. Vembanad lake पता है ना? वही है. This is Vembanad coal. Okay. So the Vembanad lake. Okay. So this is in Kerala. This is where you have this Jawaharlal Nehru boat trophy. You know boat race? Yeah, snake boats. So that is what it happens here. Okay, during the Onam. Okay. So that is very important one. That is the second largest. Okay. Vembanad coal is the second largest. Okay. Is that clear? Next. There is the third one, that is Chilika lake. Okay. So where is Chilika lake? ये देखो, this is Chilika lake. Yes, this is Chilika lake. ठीक है? This is the third largest in India. Okay, third largest Ramsar site in India, Chilika lake. Okay, yeah. So these are the ones. Smallest, Renuka. Okay, Renuka lake, Himachal. So this is the Renuka lake that you have, that is in Himachal Pradesh. Okay? This is the Renuka lake. This is the smallest one. Okay? It's just 0.2, 0.2 square kilometers in area. Only 0.2 square kilometers. This is the one. Okay? So yeah, this is the one. Okay? Yeah. Next. So apart from this, there are like competing ones with the smallest one. That is also 0.2. That is Vembanur Wetland Complex. This is in Tamil Nadu. This is the Vembanur Wetland Complex. ठीक है? So it's a Ramsar site लिखा है, right? It's a Ramsar site, Vembanur Wetland Complex. This is hardly again 0.2 square kilometers. Okay, this is second one in the list, smallest ones, Renuka and Vembanur. And there is one more in Tamil Nadu, that is 0.3 square kilometers. That is Tirthangal Bird Sanctuary. So this is Tirthangal Bird Sanctuary. ठीक है, इसको रामनाथपुरम in Tamil Nadu, and this is again 0.3 square kilometers, and this is also the smallest. ठीक है, yeah. So first one is Renuka, second one is Vembanur Wetland Complex, that is in Tamil Nadu. Renuka is in Himachal. This is Tirthangal Bird Sanctuary. This is also like next smallest, that is 0.3. Okay, yeah. Is this clear, everyone? Which is the oldest? Chilika Lake. Along with that, if suppose they don't give you Chilika option, along with Chilika, Kelodeo was also nominated in 1981. Okay, nominated and designated. So oldest is Chilika Lake and Kelodeo Ghana. Okay? Yeah. Which is the newest one? Yeah, Patna Bird Sanctuary. Where is it? UP mein hai. Just because it names Patna, it's not in Bihar. Okay, yeah. Patna Bird Sanctuary in UP and Charidand, that is in Gujarat. Okay, yeah. हाँ, एक राजस्थान में था, that is Silly Sir. Okay, and उससे पहले there was this Kopra Jalashay. Okay, that was in Chhattisgarh. I'll give you the list any which ways. Okay, we'll look into the recent 20 to 25, we'll look into it, minimum. Okay, but we are looking at the important sites now. Okay, yeah. So you can see this first one. ये देखो, this is Patna Bird Sanctuary. ठीक है, this is Patna Bird Sanctuary, this is in UP. ठीक है, हाँ, Etah district, correct. So this is in UP. ठीक है, yeah. Next, second one, Charidand. Yeah, this is in Gujarat. This is the latest addition along with the Patna Bird Sanctuary. This is Charidand. Okay? This is the one Charidand. Okay? Now, for example, if I zoom it out, you can see bunny grasslands in the same region. See, I told you it is actually bit near the bunny grasslands and the Kutch Peninsula. Okay, so that is the place. So this is actually Charidand that you can actually see here. This is the Charidand region. Okay, this is the Wetland Conservation Reserve. वही बोल रहा है ना इधर. Okay, this is the Wetland Conservation Reserve. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है ना अभी? Okay, yeah. Bunny grassland, I'll show it to you. चलेगा नहीं चलेगा. Okay. See, I told you Charidand was below, bunny grassland यहाँ पे है. ठीक है, this is, remember, this is Asia's only piece of savanna grasslands. Okay, Asia's only piece of savanna grasslands. Okay, one of the important tribes that they live here are Maldaris. They are pastoralist. ठीक है, yes, that is the thing. ठीक है, easy. Maldari, Maldhari, Maldari tribes. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so now let us look at some of the, just give me a second. Okay, let us look at some of the important wetlands that were designated in the first session. Okay, first phase. Okay, in the first phase we are considering up to 1981 to 1992. Is that clear? So the first one is Chilika Lake. Okay, you saw that just now.
Prelims is in 3 months. This is where preparation shifts, not from studying to stopping, but from expanding to consolidating. At this stage, what matters most is strengthening core areas, fixing weak zones, analyzing mistakes deeply, stabilizing mock scores, refining your attempt strategy. That is exactly where the Lakshya Prelims mentoring program plays a decisive role, offering structured direction, performance correction, and continuous guidance when execution matters the most. Starting from 23rd February, Lakshya supports this critical phase with a focused revision roadmap, personalized tests and competitive quizzes, 25,000 plus curated Sandhan questions, data-driven performance analytics, mentor guidance till the exam. Lakshya is not about studying more, it's about executing better with expert guidance. To know more or register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers.
This is Chilika Lake in Odisha. Okay, so this is the first one that was designated. Okay, this is the first one that was designated. So now when you look at this Chilika Lake, okay, it is actually, देखो, okay, this is completely Chilika Lake. ठीक है, आप देख सकते हैं, it is connected, correct, with the ocean. Okay, it is connected with the ocean. So it is a brackish water lake. Is that clear? It's a brackish water lake. Okay. So important is that it is a brackish water lake. And secondly, here when you look at, more than 200 species of water birds migrate to this region every year. Okay. But most importantly, if you look at the fauna, Irrawaddy dolphin is very important. Is that clear? Irrawaddy dolphin and olive ridley turtles. They are very, very important. Okay. Yes. Okay, it is actually. Okay, yeah. Matlab, brackish matlab it is not completely connected. Little bit it is connected. Okay, that's the reason actually brackish water हो सकता है. मतलब mix of it. Okay, yeah. Evaporation भी ज़्यादा है. Okay, that is also one reason. Okay, so like that. There is only one river that drains into it. That is Daya, River Daya. Okay, that drains into this. Yeah. ठीक है. So this is Asia's largest brackish water lagoon. Okay, remember this. This is the Asia's largest brackish water lagoon. Okay, and moreover, you can see this is, of course, I told you India's first site. India's first site. Okay, and yeah, that is the importance of this particular like Chilika Lake. समझ में आया इतना? Okay, yeah. Next, the second one is Kilaudio Ghana. This is Bharatpur Kilaudio National Park or Kilaudio, like the one. Okay. एक minute. Yeah. ठीक है. This is in Bharatpur, Rajasthan. So now there are two important rivers that drains into this. ठीक है. One is Gambhir. I mean one river ही है, उनका दो नाम है. ठीक है. गंभीर और गरहा. ठीक है. The name of the river is Gambhir or Garha. ठीक है. So nothing to do with anything else, just okay the river. Yeah. इस रीजन में आपको देख सकते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा साइबेरियन क्रेन्स और सारस क्रेन्स आएगा. ठीक है. So there is a lot of like more than 370 bird species come into this region. Okay. So actually out of those 370 bird species, when you see, like some of the important ones are Siberian crane and Sarus crane. ठीक है. समझ में आया इतना? Okay. Next, it is also a UNESCO site. You have to know this. It is UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay. Kilaudio. Okay, Kilaudio is for UNESCO World Heritage Site. ठीक है. This was also 1981. Okay. Next, you have Uller Lake. Where is Uller Lake? हाँ. See, this is Wooler Lake. Okay, this is actually Wooler Lake, and what you can see is about the Wooler Lake. Of course, the river is Jhelum River. Okay, it's an oxbow lake, rift lake. Okay, it's also a rift lake. Okay, so now you can see here there is good amount of, this is the largest freshwater lake in India. You have to remember this. It's the largest freshwater lake, and ये तो like flood mitigation के लिए बहुत important lake है, flood mitigation के लिए, ठीक है, उस region में, and it houses a lot of water birds. Clear? That is the thing. That was also designated in 1981. 1981 में तीन, चिलिका लेक, वुलर लेक एंड केलोदियोगाना. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट 1985 सुंदरबंस. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the Sundarban Delta, right? So this is completely mangroves. Clear? Sundari trees. This is mangroves and Sundari trees. That is what you can see. And it is actually shared. The yellow line is the international border. Okay? It is shared by India and Bangladesh. Okay? And what you can see is basically that Sundarbans is the only Ramsar site with tigers in India. Okay? Only Ramsar site with tigers in India. Okay? Royal Bengal tiger, saltwater crocodile, and more than 250 different types of, like, birds are important in this region. Okay? And next, apart from that, this is the largest Ramsar site. It is also UNESCO's World Heritage Site. It is also Biosphere Reserve. Okay? Is that clear? It is also Biosphere Reserve. Yeah. And also a tiger reserve. Correct? And also a tiger reserve. Okay? It's a biosphere reserve, it's a tiger reserve, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it is a Ramsar site. Okay? Clear? Yeah. Next. Okay. Next one in 1989. Okay? In 1989, we have Bhitarkanika, that is in Odisha. Sorry? हाँ उसी रीजन में. देखो, this is Bhitarkanika. ठीक है? So this is Bhitarkanika National Park and Bhitarkanika region, which is having mangroves. आप देख सकते हैं इधर ही, right? So this is Bhitarkanika. Bhitarkanika is along the, important rivers. If you see, it is Brahmani and Baitrani. Okay? Brahmani and Baitrani are the two important rivers that you can see in this region. Brahmani and Baitrani. 1989. ठीक है? इस region में आपका गरियल मिलेगा, गरियाल. Okay? Garials are there, and also olive ridley turtles and kingfisher. Kingfisher वो नहीं है, ये bird है. Okay? Yeah. So kingfisher bird. ठीक है? Yeah. Kingfisher birds are also famous here. ठीक है? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And it is, of course, I told you, famous for mangroves. ठीक है? It is famous for mangroves. Remember that. समझ में आया ना इतना? Okay. We'll go further. Then now the next one in 1990. Loktak Lake. Which state? Manipur. So, you can see on this particular image also, there are like floating vegetation, right? उस फ्लोटिंग वेजिटेशन को हम बोलते हैं फुंडीस. दिख रहा है? राइट? यू कैन सी द फ्लोटिंग वेजिटेशन. करेक्ट? ओके, दीज आर कॉल्ड फुंडीस. समझ में आए? ओके, सो दे आर कॉल्ड फुंडीस. दिस इज द ओनली फ्लोटिंग नेशनल पार्क ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. ओके, या केबुल लैमजाओ नेशनल पार्क. ठीक है, it houses. See, it is also a type of aquatic plant only, but aquatic plants में submerged भी हो सकता है, floating भी हो सकता है, ठीक है. These fundies are floating vegetation, and it is very important. Why are we looking at it as an important one? Is because it houses species, मतलब it supports biodiversity. ठीक है. Others also will support it, but इस region में like it is having a significance that is peculiar. See, generally we do not have any national park which is actually looking at safeguarding one particular, like you know, sort of like aquatic species. इधर तो है ऐसा, ठीक है. मतलब yes of course, generally floating vegetation का मतलब ये होता है like basically which is actually aquatic species only. This is also a type of aquatic species, ठीक है. Yeah, that is the thing. Okay, yeah. So now Loktak Lake में the important one is Fundies, that is the floating wetland. Okay, that is मतलब it is like more like a grassland that is floating, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है. So it's a floating wetland that we call it. Okay, so this is the, I told you Cable Lamjaw is the only floating national park in the world, ठीक है. And moreover here the important species is Sangai deer. Okay, important species apart from the Fundies are Sangai deer, which is called dancing deer. Okay, which is actually called dancing deer. They are endemic. Okay, it supports almost 230 other bird species. Okay, yeah. Is this clear? Next we have Renuka wetland. Okay, Himachal Pradesh. I showed you that region I have shown you. Okay, so there is important thing is it's the smallest site and it is rich in fish diversity. Okay, fishes diversity बहुत ज़्यादा है and migratory birds उसकी वजह से उधर आता है, ठीक है. Yeah. Is that clear? So next you have Sambar Lake. Where is it? Rajasthan. Yes, this is the Sambar Lake. Okay, this is basically India's largest inland salt lake. Okay, or saline lake. Okay, largest inland salt lake or saline lake. No, this is, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, fine. Yeah, done. So you, what you can see is like lesser flamingos. Flamingos आपको पता है ना? Flamingos are most common species here. ठीक है? I'll show you that part also. Yeah. In a while I'll show you. Okay. Yeah. Did you understand this? Clear with this? Okay. Next. Huh. I guess locally it is called so. Yeah. Okay. Generally Jeel, Beel, okay, or Chaur and Pat. Okay, these are local names for the wetlands. Okay, so that is the thing. Is this clear, everyone? Yeah. See, like generally, Beel बोलता है Beel, Beel, Jeel, Chaur, 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 and Jeel. Okay, and also Mon, Maun. Okay, Mon and Pat. These are different names, local names for the wetlands. आप नॉर्थ ईस्ट जाएगा तो उसमें बील बोलता है. Like for example, I'll show you Deepor Beel. This is called Deepor Beel. Okay, देखो. This is also a Ramsar site. ठीक है? This is also a Ramsar site, Deepor Beel. Okay, clear? So like this you can actually see. Those are local names. हाँ. क्या हुआ? Assam. Okay, I told that in northeast it is called. I said Assam. Okay, Is this clear, everyone? Okay, yeah. Next. Okay, so now let's look at the latest additions. Okay. Okay, let's see. I told you about the Patna Bird Sanctuary, right? Okay, so basically Patna Bird Sanctuary, see, one important thing I'll tell you, why do they attract much of the species? Look at this. These are actually called international migratory flyways of the birds. ठीक है? So migratory birds generally. आप इंडिया को देख सकते हैं. It is central, like Central Asian flyway. ठीक है? It is the Central Asian flyway. And when you actually look at the Patna Bird Sanctuary, which is in Ithar district, okay, which is the smallest bird sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, it's the smallest bird sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh, and it actually attracts majority of migratory birds because it falls on this migratory way. Is that clear? It falls on this flyway. Okay, so Central Asian flyway. So there are, this is actually some of the important one, and it actually sort of attracts Sarus cranes. Is that clear? Sarus cranes. Okay, so like basically Sarus cranes are these. ये देखो, ठीक है, these are Sarus cranes. It attracts these Sarus cranes. समझ में आए? Okay, so Patna Bird Sanctuary is also one more important major fauna of this region is northern pintail. This is northern pintail. It's like a duck. Okay, so this is northern pintail. These are the ones that is very important in that region. Okay, because it is the latest, I am giving you much more details into this. Okay, is this clear? Yeah, it was added in 2026. Clear? Next. Sorry, come again. Which one? Northern pintail is a type of a bird. It is avifauna. That's it. Okay. So don't worry. We are not going to make botanist or geologist into this exam. Okay. Just general science level is more than sufficient. Okay. Yeah. So don't worry about that much depth. Yeah. Next. Is this clear? Then second important site I'll tell you, that is Gujarat. I've told you about that. So we'll look at that Charidand. I showed you the picture already, I mean on Google Earth, right? So Charidand, that is near the bunny grasslands. I showed you it is near the bunny grasslands. Okay? Is that clear? So in that, especially you can see flamingos, greater flamingos. These are greater flamingos. Okay? So these are very important in that region. Okay? Yeah, Charidand. Okay? And also Bharatpur, Keoladeo, there also. Okay? Charidand, this is greater flamingo, which is actually the winter bird. Okay? This is the winter bird. And secondly, you can also see, basically, there is one more, that is Chinkara, you know? Yeah, it's like a deer. Huh? It's a deer, sorry. Yeah, these are the chinkaras. Chicken, these are the chinkaras basically. So like okay, yeah, these are the ones. ठीक है. So like इसमें आप देख सकते हैं मतलब कुछ like you know I mean छोड़ दो इसको, but these are चिनकारास. हाँ, least concern है. ठीक है. It's actually least concern, of course. Yes. Okay. Chinkaras are there, and desert cat. Desert cat are also famous in this region. These are the desert cats. Okay. So basically these matlab sand cats बोलते हैं, matlab desert cats. Okay. So these are also famous in that region, and also you can see Indian wolf is there. Okay. Indian wolf is also famous in this region. Yeah. So Indian wolf, this is also there in this region. Okay. And sociable lapwing is one more bird. So you have these sociable lapwings. Okay. These are also there in that region. Okay. Sociable lapwings. Okay. These are some of the important species that you can look at in this region. Okay. Next. So apart from this, let me tell you one minute. Just give me a minute. Okay, Charidand is the recent one, and Patna Bird Sanctuary is over. Then you have Copra Reservoir. Okay. This is the first Ramsar site of Chhattisgarh. Okay. So Copra Reservoir. Okay, just a second. Copra Reservoir is in Chhattisgarh. This is the first one. Okay, let me show you here. It's a man-made one. Okay, so UPSC also has a particular like you know what do you call trend of asking which of these are man-made like this. They asked about. They actually once asked about a man-made site that is in Kodaikanal. Okay, man-made water body. Okay, this is the Copra Reservoir. You can see it is mentioned Ramsar site. Okay, so this is the first one in Chhattisgarh. High chances they can ask you. Okay, Copra Jalashay bolta hai isko, or it is Copra Reservoir. Okay, so this is basically you know initially why they constructed it is for irrigation. Okay, they constructed it for irrigation, but today because of its like you know the amount of the bioproductivity, ecological productivity and all, you can see it has become a wetland. Okay, natural wetland ecosystem ban gaya isko. Okay, so ye cheez hai. So what you can see is this is also a wintering spot for Central Flyway, Central Asian Flyway. Okay, winter migratory birds के लिए ये spot है. Okay, along the Central Asian Flyway. Okay, so one of the important species I'll show you in Copra Reservoir. ये होता है woolly necked stork. Okay, these are in the Copra Reservoir. Woolly necked stork. Okay, stork, STORK. Woolly necked stork. Okay, this is the spelling. Woolly necked stork. Okay. Next, you also have Egyptian vultures here. Okay, Egyptian vultures are here. No, I said migratory birds. I already mentioned it. Okay. Yeah, these are the Egyptian vultures. You have the Egyptian vultures also in this region. Okay, so this is something that you should know. And yeah, these are the ones. Okay, there is one more thing, one more bird that is called common pochard. These are common pochards. Okay. these are common pochards. ठीक है, so these are also there. ठीक है, yeah. So this is about the Kopra reservoir that is in Chhattisgarh. Please remember, it's a man-made freshwater reservoir and state's first Ramsar site. Okay, state's first Ramsar site. ठीक है. Next, is this clear? Next, we'll look at one more lake that is in Rajasthan. This is called Suhas Sir Lake. Yeah, this is the Suhas Sir Lake. This is one more important, recent ones. Okay, in the recent list, if you look at, this is the one more important one in Rajasthan. Okay, so this is Suhas Sir is also human made. Okay, yeah. Exactly. It was actually made in 1845. It was actually a buffer area for Sarsika Tiger Reserve. Sariska, sorry, Sariska, ठीक है, Sariska Tiger Reserve, ठीक है. So it's the buffer area for Sariska Tiger Reserve. ठीक है, yeah. So this is very important. This is actually the Suhas Sir is actually a man-made, and this is recently taken as a natural, I mean wetland. Okay, Ramsar site. ठीक है, हाँ. Yeah, districts तो इतना नहीं चाहिए. I mean, it is just the states that is important. Okay, because it gets very difficult to remember all the districts. Okay, and UPSC would never ask to the levels of districts. Okay, yeah. So now ये तो हो गया इतना. ठीक है. Then in Bihar we have Gokul Reservoir. हाँ, 1 second. Okay, so yeah, of course, one more thing, this Suhas Sir that I told you, इस region में आप देख सकते हैं, there is actually almost 1% of the the population of what is called as the black storks. I'll show you what is black stork. There was one criteria, na, 1% of the species or subspecies. You have black storks here. So these are black storks. Okay, these are black storks. 1% of the population is there. Okay, and also tigers are there because Sarsika Tiger Reserve. Okay, that's why tigers are there. Okay, tigers are endangered. These are least concern. Okay, these are least concern. समझ में आया ना इतना? Next, we'll go to Bihar. No, Suhas Sir. This is Rajasthan. Okay, yeah. Now we are going to Bihar. Okay, yeah. So now we are going to Gokul Reservoir in Bihar. I'll give you these things, but it's not mentioned in the handout which I have given. I'll give you separately about this. Okay, so. दिस इज अ रामसर साइट, गोकुल जलाशय. आप इसको देख सकते हैं, इसका शेप देखो. या सी, ओ सॉरी, या ओके, सी. ठीक है, सो इट्स लाइक अ क्रेसेंट मून शेप. ठीक है, क्लियर. I mean, it's actually, if we look at it's, of course we can classify it as an oxbow lake, okay, but it's on the southern banks of Ganga. Okay, so Ganga ऊपर जा रहा है ना, so आप देख सकते हैं उसका southern banks में है. It's actually sort of an oxbow lake. Okay, yeah, it is an oxbow lake. Reservoir मतलब इन्होंने actually कुछ man-made structures बना के उनको stop कर चुका होगा. Okay, like that. Yes, oxbow lake is natural. Yes. It is. इट इज अ नेचुरल ऑक्सबो लेक, बट इसको रिजर्वायर जैसा यूज करते हैं. देखो जलाशय को इधर मेंशन किया है, मतलब इनका एक्सटेंशन हो सकता है लाइक दिस. Look at the structure. Can you see the structure there? Can you see the structure there? Right? Okay. ऐसा इन्होंने कर चुका होगा like this to stop the waters. Okay. ऐसा. हाँ हाँ yes exactly like that. Any which ways it's an oxbow lake. Okay. Yeah. So it almost gets like storks आएगा इधर, kingfisher, waterfall बहुत ज़्यादा होता है इसमें. ठीक है. So that is the thing. ठीक है. Is this clear? अंडरस्टूड. नेक्स्ट उदयपुर लेक कहाँ पे है? हाँ बिहार. ओके या द थिंग इज द आई मीन आई थिंक पीपल फ्रॉम नॉर्थ वुड नॉट मेक अ मिस्टेक, बट पीपल फ्रॉम साउथ looking at Udaipur they will mark it Rajasthan. ठीक है. So it's not in Rajasthan, it is over Gandaki river. Okay, I'll show you that. उदयपुर झील बोलता है उसको. हाँ हाँ एग्जैक्टली. पटना वाला यूपी में है और उदयपुर झील तो बिहार में है. See, there are so many oxbow lakes you can see, like just इधर है. ठीक है. उदयपुर झील इट्स चलो उदयपुर वाइल्ड लाइफ सैंक्चुरी को आइडेंटिफाई कर लेते हैं, उससे पता चलेगा. सो दैट वाज ओके. इस रीजन में देखो इधर वो ऑक्सबो लेक दिखा आपको? The previous one was not the right one. Look at this horseshoe shape, clearly you can see, है ना? ये उदयपुर झील है. ठीक है. This is उदयपुर झील and this is an oxbow lake. Okay, let me show you further. This is an oxbow lake. It's an Udaipur झील and it is a Ramsar site today. ठीक है. No, it's not in Patna. It is actually like okay, huh? I do not know the exact district of it because districts में नहीं पूछता है. It's not state PCS. ठीक है. So वही बोल रहा हूँ. So don't look into the details of it. See, the simple thing is you are required to be a generalist, not a specialist. ठीक है. Please don't go into the districts. Not required. Yeah. Sorry, you were telling something. Northern part of Bihar. Okay. This is actually sort of the Gandaki river के ऊपर बनाया है. ठीक है. Yeah. Gandaki river. Okay. It's चलो. Let me show you. अभी नॉर्थ है, साउथ है, जो आपने डिस्कस करना है कर लो. ओके या ऑफ कोर्स. ओके यस, बट दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ द गंडकी रिवर. वो तो दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. या ऑक्सबो लेक मेड बाय गंडकी रिवर. ठीक है. इस रीजन में आपका बार हेडेड गूस और बार हेडेड गीस बोलता है इसको. ओके. बार हेडेड गीस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट्स अ इंपॉर्टेंट स्पीशीज. These are the bar-headed goose. Okay, so they are very important. These are the species that is very famous there. Okay, so this is one, and ruddy shell duck. I'll show you that also. Okay. These are ruddy shell ducks. Okay, these are also there. These two are very important over there. Clear? And common pochards मैंने दिखाया था. Common pochard, right? ये भी है कॉमन पोचार्ड्स. ठीक है. आई शोड यू जस्ट नाउ दिस पिक्चर, राइट? या दीज आर सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट वंस. ठीक है. फर्स्ट वन इज एक्चुअली बार हेडेड गूस. ओके. या इज दिस क्लियर? यस. सो चारीदंड, पटना बर्ड सेंचुरी, कोपरा रिजर्वायर. वेर इज चारीदंड? गुजरात. एंड पटना बर्ड सेंचुरी यूपी कॉपरा रिजर्वायर, हाँ Chhattisgarh, first one. Okay, remember that. First Ramsar site of Chhattisgarh. Then you have Silisere Lake, Rajasthan. Very good. Gokul Reservoir, Bihar, and Udaipur Lake, Bihar. Okay, now the next one, Gogabil Lake. Okay, Gogabil. Where is it? Bihar. So yeah. ये देखो. See, if I can make you go wrong, then UPSC will surely make you go wrong. Okay, UPSC का एक ही एम होता है प्रीलिम्स में, एलिमिनेट करना. ठीक है, so you have to be very strong. Clear? Yeah. So one important thing I'll tell you, not always. ये जो मतलब I have seen during my time, there used to be separate like you know sort of idea, set of ideas they used to put it on the platforms. Okay, ऐसा extreme statements आ गया, only उसको काट लो, negative. Okay, मतलब कैन आई से लाइक मतलब ओनली आ गया तो आप नेगेटिव बना रहे, तो यूपीएससी को भी पता है ना, सो दे विल मेक द स्टेटमेंट्स विथ ओनली दैट कैन गो पॉजिटिव. ओके, मतलब लाइक दीज स्टेटमेंट्स लाइक एक्सट्रीम, ऐसा भी मैंने सुना था व्हेन आई वाज प्रिपेयरिंग. इफ देर आर नंबर्स इन दी स्टेटमेंट, मतलब दिस पर्टिकुलर बॉडी केम अप इन 1985, दैट विल बी रॉन्ग. ऐसा वाला चीज में प्लीज बिल्कुल ध्यान मत दो. ओके, प्लीज डोंट डू दैट, बिकॉज try to eliminate the statements based on your knowledge. Okay, don't go with these silly tricks, they are very suicidal. Okay, they are very suicidal. Please don't go with those tricks, they are useless. Okay, so if you know it, then UPSC also knows it. Yes or no? Right? So if you know it when UPSC knows it, then if you can solve the question, they'll make intentionally that could go wrong, because they want people to be eliminated in prelims. 15 लाख से उनको कितना चाहिए? 15,000 है ना. 15 लाख एप्लीकेंट से उनको कितना चाहिए? 15,000 लोग, मैक्सिमम 10,000 लोग. ओके, मिनिमम 10,000, मैक्सिमम 15,000. तो द आइडिया इज नॉट टू सेलेक्ट, द आइडिया इज टू एलिमिनेट. ओके, द whom they have to select, they'll do it in means. करेक्ट. सो दैट्स द सिंपल थिंग. ठीक है, समझ में आया इतना? या चलो नेक्स्ट, गोगा बिल. आई वाज टेलिंग यू अबाउट द गोगा बिल. सो दिस इज गोगा बिल. ठीक है, दिस इज, वेट 1 सेकेंड. ये एक्चुअली परमानेंट ऑक्सबो लेक है. ठीक है, दिस इज ए परमानेंट ऑक्सबो लेक विच इज सिचुएटेड बिटवीन गंगा एंड महानंदा रिवर्स. ओके, this is actually situated between Ganga and Mahananda rivers. So this is very important. This is Gogabil Lake. ठीक है, मतलब सीजनल, मतलब कुछ, मतलब देखो अभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल देर इज वाटर फ्लो, उसमें पानी हो सकता है, नहीं तो देर इज नो वाटर. ओके, दैट वेज. ठीक है, या सो परमानेंट मतलब जनरली देर इज वाटर थ्रू आउट द ईयर. ओके, पेरिनियल जिसे बोलते हैं. ओके, या एंड नेक्स्ट देर इज वन मोर थिंग दैट यू नीड टू नो, लाइक हियर कॉमन पोचार्ड, आई शोड यू द पिक्चर अ while ago, right? Common pochard is there, and I will show you one more. Those are lesser adjutant storks. This is common pochard. ठीक है, these are called lesser adjutant storks. ठीक है, ये भी होता है उधर, lesser adjutant storks. ठीक है, so this is also part of, like मतलब ये देखो विंटरिंग ग्राउंड है फॉर माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स, सेंट्रल एशियन फ्लाईवे. ठीक है, सेंट्रल एशियन फ्लाईवे. सो दिस इज द थिंग. ठीक है, सो देर इज वन मोर ओरिएंटल डार्टर. ये देखो, इसको ओरिएंटल डार्टर बोलता है. ठीक है, दिस इज कॉल्ड ओरिएंटल डार्टर. ठीक है, दिस इज ऑल्सो देयर. Clear with this? So next, Very important. Next one. देखो, this one is the first Ramsar site of Sikkim. Okay, it's called Kechio Palri. Okay, I'll show you that. There is actually a monastery near it. ये है केचो पालरी लेक. ठीक है, दिस इज द केचो पालरी लेक. दिस इज द फर्स्ट रामसर साइट ऑफ सिक्किम. ठीक है, दिस इज द फर्स्ट रामसर साइट ऑफ सिक्किम. Just a second. Yeah. So, yeah, this I told you there is a monastery near it. So, it is spiritually, culturally important. Okay. मतलब it is a Buddhist pilgrimage circuit, part of it. ठीक है, Buddhist pilgrimage मतलब pilgrimage importance है इसमें. ठीक है. So, now what you can see is in this region you can see Himalayan black bear. Okay, Himalayan black bear, red panda. ये देखो, these are Himalayan black bears. ठीक है, these are Himalayan black bears. ठीक है, and there are red pandas also in this region. These are the cute red pandas. ठीक है, so these are the red pandas. ये तो endangered है. Himalayan black bears are vulnerable. ठीक है, and along with that you can also see bear's pochard. ठीक है, common pochard नहीं, इस बार bear's pochard है. ये होता है bear's pochard. Almost tiny difference. Okay, yeah. These are called bear's pochard. समझ में आए? Okay, yeah. So this is Kecho Palri. And next, उद्वा लेक कहाँ पे है? उद्वा लेक, उद्वा लेक और उद्धव लेक, उद्वा लेक और उद्धव लेक, झारखंड. ओके, दैट इज फर्स्ट साइट ऑफ झारखंड. सी नो, this is Udva Lake, Udva Bird Sanctuary. It's mentioned 89th Ramsar site, but India's first Ramsar site. Sorry, Jharkhand's first Ramsar site. Okay, Jharkhand's first Ramsar site. ठीक है? Is that clear? इसमें आप देख सकते हैं, दिस इज एक्चुअली टू इंटरकनेक्टेड ऑक्सबो लेक्स. ठीक है, देर आर टू इंटरकनेक्टेड ऑक्सबो लेक्स. एक तो शैलो होता है, दूसरा डीपर होता है. ठीक है, द शैलो वन इज कॉल्ड बेरहेल. ओके, बेरहेल, एंड द डीपर वन इज कॉल्ड पतोरा. ओके, बरहेल एंड पतोरा, PATAURA, that is deeper. PATAURA, that is deeper. Okay, Berhel, BERHALE is shallow one. Okay, two oxbow lakes interconnected, उसको उद्वा सैंक्चुरी बोलते हैं. ठीक है, उद्वा लेक बोलते हैं. ठीक है, so this is actually only bird sanctuary of Jharkhand. ठीक है, this is the only bird sanctuary of Jharkhand, and also you can say this is the only Ramsar site of Jharkhand. ठीक है, आपने पहले देखा था ओरिएंटल डार्टर, right? That is the species here, oriental darter, and you have lesser adjutant stork, that also you have seen, lesser adjutant stork. ठीक है, and Pallas fish eagle, I'll show you that. ये देखो, this is called Pallas fish eagle. Okay, this is actually addressed as Pallas fish eagle. So this is there. ठीक है? Clear with this? Pallas fish eagle. P-A-L-L-A apostrophe I mean P-A-L-L-A-S fish eagle. ठीक है? Yes. So now we'll look into the recent 20. Okay, first 10 we have seen, recent 20 we will see, and important ones I have told you already. मतलब largest, smallest, area wise सब कुछ मैंने तो बता दिया. ठीक है? Yeah. Next, ये तो हो गया. Next, Magdi Kere. Where is it? Magdi Kere is in Karnataka. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you that. This is Magdi Kere Bird Conservation Reserve. Oh. This is Magdi Kere Bird Conservation Reserve. ठीक है? So this is the one. This is in Karnataka. ठीक है? Okay. Any choice? Yeah, this is Magdi Kere. Okay, this is like bar-headed goose. आपने देखा था, right? Bar-headed goose का one of the largest wintering site in India. ठीक है? This is largest wintering ground for bar-headed goose. ठीक है? So that you should know. Clear? Is that clear? This is actually man-made. ठीक है? This is man-made wetland, and it actually see it's I mean it stores the monsoonal water. Okay, क्योंकि इधर कर्नाटका में तो पूरी साल जो okay चलो let me ask you this. Is there any river in Karnataka that is actually perennial? और चलो, is there any river that is perennial in South India? कृष्णा कावेरी दोनों है. गोदावरी. Okay, so nothing according to you, no river. Okay, anyway, any others? Any guess? No. Actually, there is only one perennial river in the peninsular India, Kaveri. ठीक है? During southwest monsoons, it is getting rainfall. During northeast monsoons, retreating monsoons, then also it will actually get rainfall. ठीक है? समझ में आए? That is the only river. Remember that. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Western Ghats side will actually get the southwest monsoons. Yeah. No. South India has glacial striations, glacial sediments, but no glaciers. ठीक है? Yeah. South India actually has glacial striations and glacial sediments, but there are no glaciers now. Okay? Yeah. हाँ, continental drift theory. Okay? आप उसको देख सकते हैं. मतलब वो प्लेट मूवमेंट हुआ है ना, इंडियन प्लेट मूवमेंट, उसकी वजह से वो ग्लेशियर्स पूरा मेल्ट हो चुका है. ठीक है? अदरवाइज वी डू नॉट हैव एनी ग्लेशियर्स इन साउथ नाउ. राइट? ओके. या. मागडी केरे, here you can see this is one of the largest wintering grounds for bar-headed goose. ठीक है? Remember that. In southern India. ठीक है? And common pochard भी है इधर. ठीक है? और इस रीजन में थोड़ा सा इंडियन पैंगोलिन भी दिखता है. ठीक है? इंडियन पैंगोलिन. ठीक है? या. ये पैंगोलिन्स है ना, ये पैंगोलिन्स आर दे मैमल्स. दे आर मैमल्स. ओके. दे आर कॉल्ड एज स्पीशीज. एज स्पीशीज मतलब वो एकोटोन वाला नहीं है. ठीक है? Zoological Society of London has classified a separate classification called edge species. E stands for evolutionary, D stands for distinct. Okay, and G stands for what is it? Globally endangered. ठीक है? So evolutionary distinct and globally endangered species. इसको बोलता है edge species. समझ में आया? I guess you have not studied in any foundation batches, पक्का? Okay. Zoological Society of Zoological ZOO. Okay, Zoological Society of London. Okay, yeah. Evolutionary distinct and globally endangered. ठीक है? मतलब देखो, you cannot see any mammal with scales apart from this, है ना? So इसके लिए इनको evolutionary distinct बोलते हैं. हाँ वही I have taught it in the class, that's why yeah. So any which ways, so like मतलब वो तो पहली क्लास में ही पढ़ाया था आपको, है ना? पहली क्लास में ही पढ़ाया था. So good, you remember that. Okay, so these are evolutionarily distinct because that is actually having a completely different way, and there is no close relative to this. Okay, those species that are put under edge, okay, edge category, they do not have any close relatives. Suppose, and globally endangered hai. Suppose if they go extinct, there is no other replacement. समझ में आया? उसको बोलते हैं edge species. ठीक है? Remember that. They might ask you in prelims. Okay? नहीं, yes, correct. Yeah. Anteaters are platypus. Anteaters are platypus. वो अलग हो सकता है. Okay? Yeah. Yes ma'am. No, that cannot be put. It should satisfy both the conditions. Yes. Endangered, is it? That's what she was asking. Okay, yeah. If it is standing for both the aspects, मतलब मैं example दे रहा हूँ, ऐसा बहुत सारा हो सकता है, ठीक है? Yeah. Yes ma'am. Sorry, come again. I'm not aware. Let me look into it and let you. It's the same. This eats termites and ants, of course. Platypus though eats ants, that I know. Okay, yeah. Anyways, these scales are very hard. Okay, they use like multiple, in Chinese traditional medicine they use this. उसके लिए उनको बहुत ज़्यादा poaching वगैरह होता है, ठीक है? Anyways, Magdic array is over. Done? No. I don't think so. No, it's not found, I guess. Okay, let me check and let you know. Okay. हाँ हो सकता है, like for example evolution की वजह से ऐसा हो सकता है, but I was not sure whether it is or not. Okay, yeah. Egg laying mammal. Platypus is an egg laying. Yeah. Okay. Next. So now shall we go further? Okay. Yeah. And Magdic array हो गया. Then Aganashini. This is also in Karnataka only. Look at this. This is the region where you have this Karnataka. Okay. Oh, sorry. कहाँ से ऊपर? इधर से? नहीं, उसमें नहीं आएगा क्योंकि वो शफल कर रहा है ना लैपटॉप की. Okay, HDMI पोर्ट में है. This is called Agnashini. Okay, so basically this is in Karnataka only. Okay, so basically what you can see is in this. This is an estuary kind of a setup where you can actually see. मतलब it is along the Arabian Sea. I told you estuaries are also wetland sites. उसके लिए मैंने ये लेकर आया हूँ. Okay, मतलब I am telling you about this. So here, when it is an estuarian setup, you can see mangroves. दिख रहा है? Mangroves है, ठीक है? Mangroves के साथ मतलब birds भी होगा, fishes भी होगा, ठीक है? So that is the thing, and you can see here like some of the important. Okay, very important thing is in this region. See, always we know that Kerala actually sort of grows the salt resistant or salt tolerant rice variety. Okay, So which is that? It's called pokkali. Okay, the rice is called pokkali rice. Is that clear? They grow the salt tolerant variety. That means it is grown in the salt water conditions. Okay, मतलब थोड़ा सा brackish water conditions में. ऐसा ही इस region में जो rice grow करता है वो भी salt water conditions का tolerant है. ठीक है, उसको हम बोलते हैं कग्गा, KAGGA. Okay, kagga. It's a salt tolerant rice variety that is grown in this region. Okay, and most important thing is here fishing, agriculture, shrimps cultivation. Okay, shrimps cultivation and salt mining ये सब कुछ बहुत common है. ठीक है, shipping shipping नहीं, fishing. Okay, fishing, agriculture and shrimp cultivation, shrimp culture. Okay, and also salt mining. Okay, these are the ones. Lesser adjutant stork is available here. Okay, उसके साथ साथ black headed ibis. ये देखो, इसको black headed ibis बोलते हैं. Okay, black headed ibis is also there in this region. ठीक है, and there is Hawali guitar fish. Halawi guitar fish. Okay, this is seen in this region. Halawi guitar fish. ठीक है, so this is seen in this region. HALAVI, Halawi guitar fish. ठीक है, is this clear? Yeah. Okay. I don't think so. Let me check and let you know. Black-headed ibis. It is native species only. It's Indian, matlab black-headed ibis is also called Oriental white ibis and Indian white ibis. It's Indian. Okay, yeah. ठीक है, clear with this? Okay, then you have Anka Samudra, that is also in Karnataka only. ठीक है. This is Anka Samudra, that one actually. इसको छोड़ दो, ये Anka Samudra है. ठीक है. Yeah, probably the village or the region name is also called Anka Samudra. That's why. But this is Anka Samudra. Okay. So like you can see this. ये मुंह नहीं होगा. ठीक है. हाँ. ये होता है Anka Samudra. ठीक है. So Anka Samudra is actually a man-made, okay, man-made lake. It's a wetland which stores monsoonal water. ठीक है. It stores the monsoonal water. It's basically it comes from the catchment area of Tungabhadra river. ठीक है, Tungabhadra river. ठीक है. So this is very important. देखो पूरा इसके सराउंडिंग में क्या है? एग्रीकल्चर. मतलब इसका क्या है फंक्शन? बस, that's it. Okay. So मॉनसूनल रिवर को कैच कर रहा है तो ड्राई सीजन में उसका यूटिलाइजेशन होगा. ठीक है, दैट इज द थिंग. ओके, नेक्स्ट. इस रीजन में एक ट्री है, आई विल शो यू. गम अरबिक ट्रीज बोलता है इसको.
Prelims is not just about reading the syllabus, it's about understanding how UPSC converts the syllabus into questions. The most reliable way to understand that is through previous year's questions. At Vision IAS, Prelims PYQ Plus 2026 is designed to analyze 15 years of UPSC GS Prelims PYQs and turn them into a clear, exam-focused preparation plan. Starting from 25th February 8 am, in this program, PYQs are mapped subject-wise and topic-wise to identify high-yield areas. Trends and difficulty levels are analyzed to understand how the paper is evolving. Static and current affairs are taught together, the same way they appear in the actual exam. Practice is supported through Sandhan with 25,000 plus MCQs, performance analytics, and AI-based doubt support, so improvement is targeted and measurable. The approach is structured into a 25-day focused program with live and recorded classes and personalized mentoring to keep preparation precise and exam-oriented. The objective is simple: to align your preparation with how UPSC actually tests in prelims. To register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers.
Okay, these are the gum Arabic trees. Okay, आप देखा होगा इसको. You must have. I don't know if you would have seen this, but this is actually the gum Arabic trees. अच्छा, is it? Okay, हो सकता है, I'm not sure, but yeah. So these are called gum Arabic trees. Okay, ऐसा gum जैसा दिखते हैं, ठीक है, like this. Okay, so these are the ones, and you know, because of this, what happens is this becomes the habitat for several species. Okay, so like मतलब water birds जो होता है ना, वो बहुत ज़्यादा इस region पे आ जाएगा. Okay, and nesting, breeding, ये सब कुछ होता है इस region पे. क्योंकि because you know, you are already getting the feed, है ना? That's the reason. So you can actually see painted storks. Okay, I'll show you that. Painted storks. These are painted storks. ठीक है, ये आएगा. और glossy ibis. GLOSSY. Glossy ibis. देखो ये होता है glossy ibis. Clear? Glossy ibis, painted storks, and several endemic species भी है इस region में fish का. ठीक है? So like for example there is Aruli barb. Aruli barb. ठीक है? This is an endemic species there. Endemic species you have to remember. ठीक है? Aruli barb is an endemic species in that region. ठीक है? And you can also see Nukta. Nukta is also an endemic species. ये होता है Nukta. Okay, so this is also there. मतलब ऐसा दिखाना ethical नहीं है, ऐसा दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है? Yeah, so yeah. At least while learning, let us not look at the other part. Okay, yeah. So basically, you have Nukta also. Okay, Nukta is one more thing. ठीक है? Is this clear? Yeah. इस region में कुछ invasive species है. Okay, इसको बोलता है alligator weed. This is invasive species. ठीक है? You know invasive alien species? You know the concept? Okay. Invasive alien species का मतलब ये है, simple. Any species that does not belong to that ecosystem. ठीक है? Has been introduced. Intentionally भी हो सकता है, unintentionally भी हो सकता है. When it is introduced, is it part of the food chain? No. So, can it actually be accommodated there without any checks and balances? मतलब इनको तो किसी ने hunt भी नहीं करेगा. Correct? There is no threat to it. So it will be incorporated. मतलब इनको तो खाना फ्री में मिलेगा, easy में मिलेगा. So क्या करेगा? जब खाना ज़्यादा होगा, human species का भी यही हो ना, जब agricultural revolution हुआ है, population बढ़ गया. इनका भी यही होगा. ठीक है? So when food is easily available, no threats, no checks and balances, it will colonize the entire area. Now it starts eating more, मतलब population ज़्यादा है, so it becomes a threat to native species. Okay, or it germinates more, not allowing the native species to germinate. ऐसा होता है. समझ में आया? Easy. Always try to write the definitions in your own words. Understand the logic and write it in your own words. बस उतना ही है. ठीक है? So this alligator weed is one. Okay, this is one invasive alien species over there, and you know there is one more, Prosopis juliflora. This is also there in the bunny grasslands. I've told you that. Yeah, इसको Prosopis juliflora बोलते हैं. ठीक है, this is Prosopis juliflora. ठीक है, ये actually इसका क्या है पता है? Like basically if you look at this Prosopis juliflora, they can actually sort of catch fire very easily. Okay, firewood, इनका firewood है ना, firewood के लिए bunny grassland में introduce किया है. So they can catch fire easily. So what happens? Summers में तो वो तो arid semi arid region है. It catches fire. Grasses है, dry है, वो भी catch हो जाएगा. Forest fires. समझ में आए? That is what happens in this region. ठीक है? Clear with this? Okay. So this is one more important threat. Along with that, I will show you one more. African catfish. ये catfish बहुत मतलब क्या होता है? It becomes very threat. मतलब it is a threat to like देखो ऐसा होता है. ठीक है? केलोदियो में भी यही है. ये केलोदियो का पिक्चर है. Okay, you can see here. See, Kelodio. Okay, so this is from Kelodio. ठीक है? So African catfish ऐसा मतलब देखो इनका बहुत colonize कर लेते हैं ऐसा. ठीक है? So these are like threat to the local varieties. ठीक है? These are African catfish. समझ में आया ना इतना? Okay. So अंका समुद्रा हो गया. Next, let us look at Tawa Reservoir. Where is Tawa Reservoir? Madhya Pradesh. Okay, yeah, let's look at that. ये देखो ये होता है तवा रिजर्वायर. ठीक है, दिस एंटायर इज तवा रिजर्वायर. This one is near Satpura Tiger Reserve. Okay, so let me tell you. तवा रिवर नर्मदा का ट्रिब्यूटरी है तवा रिवर. ठीक है, so yeah, तवा रिजर्वायर, this is like you know Madhya Pradesh. Just give me a second. Yeah, so Tawar reservoir that you see, as the name says, reservoir मतलब wetland that is man-made. ठीक है, it's a wetland that is man-made. ये again this is for the क्या बोलते हैं, देखो ये पूरा Tawar reservoir है. This is for irrigation purpose that was constructed. Narmada. ठीक है, so it is a tributary of Narmada. Okay, it's very much within the Satpura Tiger Reserve. Okay, it is very much within the Satpura Tiger Reserve. That is very important. Okay, so that is something that you should know. And here, like मध्य प्रदेश का जो स्टेट फिश बोलता है ना, स्टेट फिश होता है ना, स्टेट बर्ड, स्टेट फिश, ऐसा स्टेट फिश इज तौर मशीर. दैट इज प्रेजेंट हियर. These are the Thor mashirs. Mashirs are very big in size. Okay. कावेरी में भी कावेरी में वो होता है गोल्डन मशीर. ओके, या सो ये है तौर मशीर. ओके, देखो MAHSEER नर्मदा रिवर. तवा रिजर्वायर में ये बहुत ज़्यादा है. ठीक है, ये है. ठीक है, इसलिए एंड दिस इज अलॉन्ग विद दैट यू हैव सर्टेन mammals also in this region, that is like Indian giant squirrel. Okay, Indian giant squirrel. ये देखो इसको बोलता है इंडियन जायंट स्क्विरल. दिस इज इंडियन जायंट स्क्विरल. ओके, इसके साथ साथ आपका इस रीजन में स्पॉटेड डीर रहेगा. स्पॉटेड डीर. ओके, स्पॉटेड डीर, इसको चिताल भी बोलता है, ओके चिताल, ओके। सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वंस, ठीक है। एंड या नेक्स्ट we are looking at the ones which have been in been in news between 2024 to 2026, ठीक है। Reindeer and deer, locational difference, okay, सब स्पीशीज हो सकता है, हाँ, मतलब डिफरेंस भी हो सकता है, ओके, लाइक सांबार डीर है, सांगाई डीर है, ओके, हाँ, एग्जैक्टली, देर आर सो मेनी वेराइटीज ऑफ दिस, ठीक है। सो मतलब देर आर सो मेनी ऑफ in India we have, yes of course, okay. So you have to matlab look into that we'll look into it whenever there comes a scenario. Tomorrow also we have one more open session jisme I'll be telling you about national parks, okay, elephant reserves, tiger reserves, okay, I'll be telling you about these biosphere reserves, I'll tell you about those. National parks to 107 hai, we are not looking at all of them, ठीक है, इधर भी 98 है, we are not looking at all of them, we are looking at the recent 20 and also the ones that are very important and the first 10, ठीक है। सो रफली वी आर लुकिंग अराउंड 40, 45, 50 तक हमने देख रहा है, ठीक है। सो द सिग्निफिकेंट वंस वी आर लुकिंग एट, ठीक है, या। सो या देर इज वन मोर इन तमिलनाडु दैट इज कॉल्ड कलुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी, ओके, कलुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी। अच्छा, ये देखो, दिस इज द कलुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी इन तमिलनाडु, ठीक है। दिस इज द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट ब्रैकिश वाटर लेक इन साउथ इंडिया, ठीक है। दिस कलुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी एंड द कलुवेली लेक इज द वेटलैंड, ठीक है। सो कलुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी इज द रामसर साइट एक्चुअली, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट ब्रैकिश वाटर लेक इन तमिलनाडु, क्लियर। या, सो नाउ इफ यू लुक एट दिस, इनका जो लोकेशन है ना, इट इज ऑन द लोकेशन ऑफ ईस्ट एशियन ऑस्ट्रेलेशियन फ्लाईवे, ठीक है। मैंने तो आपको फ्लाईवेज दिखाया था, नहीं वो दूसरा है, वो दूसरा है, ये दूसरा है, ये अलग है। ईस्ट एशियन ऑस्ट्रेलेशियन फ्लाईवे ये है, इसका मतलब इसका इम्पैक्ट इसमें पड़ेगा, ठीक है, तमिलनाडु वो वाला कलुवेली बर्ड सैंक्चुरी में, ठीक है। सो यू कैन सी इन दिस रीजन, लाइक यू कैन सी एक्चुअली नदन पिनटेल, पिनटेल मैंने स्टार्टिंग में दिखाया था, नदन पिनटेल, राइट, इट्स लाइक अ डक, ओके, एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट स्पॉट बिल्ड पेलिकन्स, इसको स्पॉट बिल्ड पेलिकन बोलता है, हाँ, ठीक है, मतलब इनका फिश वगैरह कैच करते हैं ना। सो देखो, दीस आर स्पॉट बिल्ड पेलिकन्स, ठीक है। सो ये बहुत ज़्यादा है उस रीजन में, स्पॉट बिल्ड पेलिकन्स, ओके। एंड along with that you can also see greater flamingo. I showed you the greater flamingo is here, okay, and black-headed ibis, ठीक है, black-headed ibis, these are the important ones. And next in Tamil Nadu only we'll be looking at one more Nanjarayan bird sanctuary. Tamil Nadu. हाँ, नदन पिंटेल, इसको नंजरायन बर्ड सेंचुरी बोलते हैं, ठीक है। यू कैन सी दिस इज अलोंग नोयल रिवर, Okay, Noyal, Noyal, sorry, Noyal. Okay, Noyal River, tributary of Kaveri. Okay, tributary of Kaveri, Noyal River. So this is along this particular Kulipalyam reservoir. Okay, Kulipalyam reservoir, K-O-O-L-I-P-A-L-A-Y-A-M. Okay, Kulipalyam reservoir. Okay, along the Kulipalyam reservoir you have Nanjarayan bird sanctuary, and this is one of the important sites for bar-headed goose. Okay, bar-headed goose. ठीक है, it's a human made tank, reservoir बोल रहा हूँ ना, so it is actually मतलब it's a human made tank. Okay, so then you can also see, हाँ, bar-headed goose एक हो गया, spot-billed pelican भी है, you have spot-billed pelican. ठीक है, so this was actually why is it called Nanjarayan? Because Nanjarayan is the name of the king who restored it around 400 years ago. ठीक है, that's the reason, but no need to remember those things. ठीक है, yeah. So apart from this, I guess I have covered almost the recent ones. ठीक है, yeah, this is all. Let me see if I have missed any. Yeah, so let me cross check. Udwa Lake, states. Udwa Lake, Jharkhand. Khechiopalri, Sikkim. Kopra, Chhattisgarh. Very good. Sundarbans, West Bengal. West Bengal. Okay. And there is one of the important ones which is oldest. That's called East Kolkata Wetland. I'll show you that. Half of the city's waste go there and it gets recycled. ये देखो, half of the Kolkata city's waste जो होता है ना, उसमें dump होता है, but it gets cleaned automatically naturally. इसको बोलता है East Kolkata Wetlands. ठीक है, this is one of the oldest, very important one. ठीक है, हाँ, Ramsar site. Okay, हो गया सुंदरबंस, ईस्ट कोलकाता वेटलैंड्स. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पटना बर्ड सेंचुरी, यूपी. वेरी गुड. देन so Tirthangal bird sanctuary. Tirthangal bird sanctuary. Tirthangal is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, write down. Tirthangal bird sanctuary. Okay, see, when you speak about the Tirthangal bird sanctuary, this is one of the smallest sites I have told you. Okay, so this is actually very important. It is fed by Vaigai river. Vaigai river. Okay, Vaigai Nadi. So Vaigai Nadi and Gundar, Gundar. Okay, Gundar rivers, Vaigai and Gundar. Okay, remember that. This is actually a seasonal tank. Tirthangal is actually a seasonal tank. Let me show you here. Vaigai and Gundar, Gundar. Okay, ये देखो, this is Tirthangal. ये है ना, ये है Tirthangal. This is the bird sanctuary. ठीक है, so you Vaigai river and Gundar river. ठीक है, so you can see this is actually very important for spot-billed pelicans. Okay, spot-billed pelicans, painted storks, and black-headed ibis. And black-headed ibis. ठीक है, is that clear? Along Vaigai Nadi, there is one more important wetland that was also listed in 2024. That's called Sakkarekotai. Sakkarekotai. Write down. SAKK. Sakkarkotai. It is also along the Vaiga river. Yes, yes. मिल गया? ये देखो, दिस इज सक्करकोटे बर्ड सेंचुरी, दिस इज अलोंग द वाइगा रिवर. ठीक है, इस रीजन में आप लिख सकते हैं इजिप्शियन वल्चर्स. ओके, इजिप्शियन वल्चर्स, ओरिएंटल डार्टर्स, ओरिएंटल डार्टर्स. ठीक है, ये दोनों इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, सो सक्करकोटे इज ऑल्सो 2024 तमिलनाडु. Tirthangal Bird Sanctuary, Tamil Nadu, Vaiga River, both of it, 2024. Kaluveli Bird Sanctuary, 2024. Nanjarayan Bird Sanctuary, 2024. Okay, and I've also already showed you Vembanar Wetland Complex. I told you in the smallest list, right? No, Vembanar, not Vembanad. Vembanad is second largest, है ना? But what I was telling is Vembanur. Okay, Vembanur, I told you it is the smallest, 0.3 hectares, 0.3 square kilometers. I've told you that. Okay, so that is the smallest. ठीक है, 0.2 में रेणुका है, right? Vembanur is third. Okay, third smallest. हो गया? Then तीर्थंगल भी है, Vembanur भी है. Vembanur second, yeah, okay. And one more, Longwood Shola Reserve Forest. That is also Tamil Nadu. Longwood Shola. हाँ, it's temperate along the, I mean it's a Shola forest actually. Yes. Okay, Nilgiri mountains में ही है. I'll show you that. Longwood Shola RF Reserve Forest. Yeah, this is along the Nilgiris. Okay, reserve forest है इधर से. Okay, ये सब. Okay, anyways, this is the Longwood Shola Reserve Forest, which is actually along the Nilgiri mountain ranges. Sholas are actually the temperate grasslands in southern India. ठीक है, so Sholas are the temperate grasslands in southern India, and here Nilgiri wooden pigeon. Okay, Nilgiri wood pigeon. Okay, I'll show you. This is Nilgiri wood pigeon. Okay, this is very common over there, Nilgiri wood pigeon. Okay, and also Nilgiri blue robin. I'll tell you about that also. ये Nilgiri blue robins होता है. These are Nilgiri blue robins. They are also common. Okay, and in this region, of course, species wise, you can see Nil Kurunji that blooms once in 12 years. That is also Shola grasslands का ही part है. ठीक है, so that is also there. ठीक है, so these are some important ones, and yeah, just give me a second. So Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary, that is in Tamil Nadu only. Okay, let me show you that. That is also 2024 edition, so I have to tell you. Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary. Yeah. Okay, so you can see here, this is Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary. Okay, so here what you can see is basically, one second. So you have this Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary where it is in Tamil Nadu only, and basically in this Karaivetti Bird Sanctuary, you can actually see this is like a freshwater lake. Okay, it's a freshwater lake in Tamil Nadu, one of the largest in Tamil Nadu, largest freshwater lake in Tamil Nadu. ठीक है, इधर भी आपका gum arabic trees मिलेगा. Okay, like Agnanashini we have seen the same way. Here also you get gum arabic trees. So you have spotted eagle and Indian darter. Okay, spotted eagles and Indian darter. Along with that you have painted storks. Okay, painted storks are also there. Okay, so where does this get the water from? Mettur Dam. Okay, Mettur Dam. You can write down that. Mettur Dam. Mettur Dam को Stanley Reservoir भी बोलता है. Okay, yeah. Is this clear?
Sir, is there any wetland or Ramsar sites which is shared by two or more states?
2 or more states.
Because you have told that only in
नहीं, I have told you about the ones which is actually sort of मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, it is very significant in the last 2 years in the news. Okay, वो वाला बोला हूँ. तमिलनाडु में 20 है, that is highest. Okay, उसमें वैसे भी like 2024 में बहुत सारा additions हुआ है. Okay, उसकी वजह से बोला हूँ. Let me check and let you know. Okay, yeah, okay. Harike, yes. Yeah, of course. Harike wetland, yes, of course, yeah. Sundarbans, it does not much, but Sundarbans is majorly considered to be in West Bengal only. Okay, so majorly it is considered to be in West Bengal only. Okay, yeah. So let me see, otherwise, just a second. I guess we have covered almost, I don't think so, I have left anything. Okay. Rajasthan में सिल्ली सैर कर दिया ना, and Menar Wetland Complex, you can write Menar Wetland Complex, MENAR, Menar Wetland Complex. Rajasthan Menar Wetland Complex, ठीक है. Just if you look at Menar Wetland Complex, it is called the Bird Village. Okay, it's located in Udaipur. It's called the Bird Village. Okay. Bird Village. Okay. Menar Wetland Complex. Okay, this is the Menar Wetland Complex. This is actually called the Bird Village. Okay, so this is having almost 150 different bird species that is been housed here. Okay, that's the importance here. Okay, and apart from this, this was actually put into the list in 2025. Okay, along with that, you have Kitchen Bird Sanctuary. Kitchen, Kichan. That's also in Rajasthan. Kichan. Okay, so this is also Ramsar Site, Kitchen Bird Sanctuary. Okay, it's actually a community reserve. Okay, it's a community conservation site. And it gets nearly 20,000 cranes every year. Okay, 20,000 cranes come over here, so that's why it's very important. Okay, Kitchen Bird Sanctuary. Okay. And apart from that, okay, these were added in 2025. And Tawa Reservoir तो किया है. कहाँ पे है Tawa Reservoir? Yeah. And Magdi Kere. Magdi Kere. ये तो बताया मैंने अभी पहले. Magdi Kere कर्नाटका. Okay. Anka Samudra, Karnataka. Okay. Agnanashini, Karnataka. ठीक है. And Charidand I have already told you. Yeah. Gokul Jalashay, Udaipur Jheel, Gogabil Lake, तीनों बिहार. ठीक है, बस इतना ही है. These are the important wetland sites that you had to know. ठीक है? I've covered almost कितना cover किया हमने? Around 40, 45, somewhere around. Yeah. So I've covered the recent minimum 25 I've covered. Okay, last 2 years, 2024 to 2026. And I've covered the first phase में जो भी 1981 से 1992 के बीच में जो भी include किया था उसको पूरा 11 to 12 wetlands have covered. Okay, and along with that I've covered largest, smallest and area wise सब कुछ मैंने cover किया. Okay, so even the first important Coburg Peninsula वो भी मैंने बताया था, right? So we have covered sufficient a number of wetlands, the important species, rivers or water bodies or whatever it is associated with those wetlands. ठीक है, इतना आप रिवाइज करो एंड जो भी है आपका PT 365 में ओके उसका एक बार देख लो. ठीक है, बस वही है इसमें. लाइक आप देख सकते हैं देयर कैन बी ओवरलैप. ओके, देयर कैन बी ओवरलैप बट आई हैव कवर्ड लास्ट 2 years का करंट अफेयर्स. इज दैट क्लियर? समझ में आए? एंड टुमारो द सेम वे विल बी लुकिंग एट बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व्स, टाइगर रिजर्व्स, एलिफेंट रिजर्व्स and also we'll be looking at any important national parks or anything like this. Okay? Yes, 11 a.m. Okay, 11 a.m. because it's a open session, you can inform your friends also to come. Okay? Yeah. Chalo. Thank you. Was this session helpful? Okay. Thank you. So tomorrow let's meet again and we'll work on the rest of it. Okay? Yeah. Thank you.